Here in Inglewood, California, it is 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But inside the Forum, it is high noon for the Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers. And adorning the walls of the Forum are the numbers of heroes past: Chamberlain, Baylor, and West. This great franchise has won 3 world championships. Wilt Chamberlain led the way that year. This was Magic Johnson's turn against Philadelphia. Then it was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in title number 3, but something the Lakers have never done: beat the men in green from Boston. 8 times these Lakers have tried, once out of Minneapolis and 7 times from Los Angeles, and they have come up empty. But here tonight, they are determined to do something about it. Take a look at the faces of the Lakers just minutes ago as they came to the floor. This is Game 5, and many people will tell you that it is the single most important game in a 7-game series if you go the distance. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Forum in Los Angeles. I am Brent Musburger. To underscore what I just said, 10 times in the last 15 years, the team that won the 5th game went on to capture the NBA championship. That's how critical tonight's contest is. Now the gentlemen will call the action for you, Dick Stockton and Tommy Heinsohn. Let's go down to Dick.
Thank you very much, Brent. Well, the words are over, and there are plenty of those words. The psyching is over. The charges and the counter charges are history. And now they have tremendous respect for one another. That's what the 2 coaches expressed the other day, and the players as well. This is an even series, and it goes beyond the fact that we're even at 2 games apiece. Look at the 3 most compelling areas of the ball game: points, shooting percentage, and rebounds. And look how close this series has been after 4 games. But my viewpoint of this is that, judging from past history and this history, it looks as if the Lakers have to win in a big way. They've got to get off to the good start and win by a wide margin, because in games decided by 3 points or less this year, the Los Angeles Lakers have lost twice as much as they've won. That is a staggering statistic, and it says a lot about how the Lakers have played in close games. My partner, of course, is Tommy Heinsohn. And Thomas, how do you look at this game tonight?
I think this game, Dick, is the key to the series. Whoever wins this ball game is going to win the series. The Lakers have the home court advantage here, and if they win it, they're going to feel pretty good about going to Boston and winning 1 out of 2. Should the Celtics win here tonight, I think the Lakers' heads will be in Hawaii. I think the psychological advantage has swung from Game 7, the way it used to be with the home court advantage, to now to Game 5 under the new format.
And so far, each team that's needed the win has gotten it. Right now, the Lakers seem to need the win in this game number 5. Right now, let's go back upstairs for more with Brent.
All right, Dick, you know, there has been one main sidebar, and that's the fact that the commissioner's office stepped in prior to the last game, had a meeting with the 2 coaches, K.C. Jones and Pat Riley, told them to cut down the aggressive conduct. You could play hard, but they didn't want any violence on the floor. After the meeting, K.C. Jones elected not to tell the Celtic players a thing about what he had heard from the commissioner's office. As for Pat Riley, he decided to hold a meeting with the Lakers, and he told them there were going to be quick whistles. Both coaches spoke to Pat O'Brien about what they did.
I didn't say a word. Just went in and just went on with the pregame plan. Sterling didn't indicate to me that I should say anything to the team, but I just went on with my pregame talk and just get into basketball.
Did the Sterling thing have any effect at all on you telling your players one way or another not to be aggressive or rough?
No, I would never do that. No way. As a matter of fact, I used it to our advantage.
Oh.
Well, that's between me and my team.
Sterling is Scotty Sterling of the NBA Commissioner's office. Now, my question to Tommy Heinsohn is, did this have any effect on the 4th game, the fact that KC did not tell the Celtics and Riley told the Lakers? Tommy?
Well, Brent, I think perhaps the Lakers took that little admonition from Scotty Sterling a little bit more to heart than the Celtics did. In fact, Bob McAdoo is quoted as saying it affected his game. If the Lakers hope to win this game tonight, they have to return to the aggressive form of Game 2 and 3. Control the boards and really let themselves have a presence out there. They liked the macho image before. They ought to be able to get it back tonight. They have to win.
All right, so perhaps the best coaching move of this series so far was a non-move by K.C. Jones of the Boston Celtics. Coming up now, Game 5. It's a best 2 out of 3 series.
The officials for tonight's 5th game here at the Forum are Jake O'Donnell and Darrell Garretson, and Ed Rush is the alternate. Interestingly, about emotion, the Lakers have played music in their dressing room prior to every game this year, but the music has not been on in this series. And perhaps, Tommy, knowing how the Lakers like to run and be upbeat, maybe it's too businesslike inside there before they come to the court.
Well, Magic Johnson once said that he wanted in Game 2 to keep everybody loose, to help, and he figures that helps their upbeat style to keep everybody loose. They shouldn't be tight, they should be loose.
So maybe they needed that music. Meanwhile, as from Irvin to Dennis Johnson, who was the star of game number 4, a big game player who responded under pressure, as he always has. And Kareem, who has done it too. Set to go, game 5, or even at 2. A battle of tempos, Tom. The Celtics want to play half court, Lakers want to run. We're going to jump it again.
Casey wants a symphony here with slow, sweet music. The Lakers want to take the hall over and turn this joint into a rock concert, Dick.
They've had a few here. Lakers control. They go into Kareem, who's triple teamed. Magic left to the key. Rambis is there. Blocked by Parish, and it's Boston ball.
Celtics have been daring Magic Johnson to hit the outside shot.
He's capable of doing it, though. One thing to be capable, the other thing is doing it. McHale, guarded by Rambis, gets a piece of it. Kurt Rambis, who had his highest scoring game, 12 points Wednesday night.
The rebound's very important, Dick. Pat Riley says we got to get back to basics, block out.
Dennis Johnson in the lane. Sure. Magic Johnson goes around him. Not easy thing against Dennis. Rambis. And it's a Celtics ball off L.A. Parish. Quickly defended. Loose ball, Ainge. It's a 5-on-4 right now for the Celtics, and Danny Ainge gives the Celtics the first lead.
Lakers look a little bit more aggressive defensively than they were in the last game.
Worthy. It's a short jump shot. When the Lakers responded from the blowout in game 2, they started out defensively just as they are now. On their toes. Dennis Johnson, so the 2 guards hit from outside for Boston.
A good omen for Boston, Dick. That'll help pull Magic out of the paint.
But Kareem gets very deep into the paint to tie the score for the Lakers. Right now, it's a Laker pace.
Absolutely. It's symphony here. And Casey Jones and Dennis Johnson are orchestrating the slowdown.
Larry Bird, with a high arcing shot, came back to lead the Celtics in a devastating 4th period Wednesday night. Magic sending a message with that outside shot.
Well, Magic doesn't hit that shot off the set offense, though, Dick. He usually just comes up and takes the shot. I don't think it's going to have the same effect.
Ainge turns it over, lost the ball, and the Lakers looking for their first lead of the ball game with just more than 2 minutes gone by in this first period. Byron Scott throws it away, and Danny Ainge races down for the easy basket. Byron Scott has been in a slump. He turned it over there, and the sharpshooter from outside has been ice cold. He needs to get on track.